Thank you so much for joining our amazing session and heartily welcome you all to our invaluable talk of the day. So today we are going to discuss on the power of fasting which we have started yesterday, and this is going to be our second part because we got time limitations yesterday, and we are going to go into more deeper today the power of fasting, what to do and what to avoid. We have talked about five golden rules yesterday, and also how, like, 5 points how to approach for fasting, right? Yesterday that was a wonderful session, and thank you so much, my dears, for joining again. My name is Farzana Pasha Jahangir. I am a neuro mindset coach and a cloud engineer, both by profession and passion. So today we'll be looking into more deeper, and also as promised, I'll be sharing the bonus tip like today. So stay tuned for this amazing talk. So let us quickly get into it. So yesterday when we talked about the five golden rules, we talked about like the first, starting with the baby steps, right? So if you are a newcomer to fasting, like if you are new, like it's similarly, if you are a newcomer to Canada, what we do is like we will start with baby steps, right? Gradually, slowly we get adapted to our current situation. Similar way, if you are new to fasting, as you all know, like we for Muslims, we do have fasting starting from the age of 7. We do encourage our kids, right? Similarly, I started my fasting journeys at the age of 7, and my parents were so amazing. They helped me a lot in this journey. And whenever we feel like we feel thirsty, we as kids we do have naughty things, right? We do feel thirsty, we grab some water. However, my parents, they pushed me literally to encourage or to get into the process of fasting, and that was a wonderful journey, and I'm so blessed to have my amazing parents, alhamdulillah. So stating that one, that said, coming into our baby steps, no, it's better to start with baby steps instead of focusing on a longer term fasting intervals. So that said, if you are new to fasting, all right, and now, similar way, you can adopt the same technique if you are like, if you are have challenges in fasting, you can adopt the similar technique. Start with baby steps. Earlier, you might have taken so many intervals of fasting, so many long intervals you might have done, but at some point you feel like you are not able to continue, or at some age you feel like you are not able to continue the same method or same longer durations, you are not able to practice it. I would definitely suggest you to start with small baby steps. Okay, so if you are not sure how to start with baby steps, you can refer to our previous talk. And now coming to the second one. Okay, so we introduced hydration. Hydrate your body. Hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. And the third thing about is like high quality food. So when we talk about high quality foods, it's not about like highly expensive foods. It's about plating your food, high protein, high fiber, and yeah, a little bit of carbs. So low carbs, high protein, and high fiber food. This is very absolutely essential during the fasting time. So not during the fasting time, during suhoor and iftar. All right. So suhoor is our first meal, and the iftar is our the last meal of the day. So when we talk about like high quality foods, these are the important things to get remember. All right. Now the fourth and the most important that we talked about is mindfulness. How to be mindful of during fasting. We feel thirsty, right? As human beings, we are weak. We are literally like we may be weak. However, our creator has given us powerful senses, and we sometimes feel weak due to our inner conditions, due to our inner weaker mindset, I would say. We are not weak literally, but then due to our inner mindset conditions, we feel like we are weak, right? So that time we have to practice mindfulness. How to practice mindfulness is easy. If we are fasting, we have to think again and again that we are going to break our fast, we are going to have foods again, right? So we have to feed our mind. See, our mind is literally like a garden. So whatever you plant in the garden will sow, right? So see, when if you are placing stones in the garden will be full of stones, literally. And if you are placing like plants, trees, what will grow there? You will see beautiful flowers, you will see trees, you will see plants with fruits and veggies, right? So that way, create abundance with regards to your mind. You have to plant good seeds over them. By planting good seeds, what does that mean? It means like you have to constantly feed your mind with greater positive, literally, inputs. Those kind of positive inputs, positive affirmations, you have to plant every single day. This is how you become powerful. Okay, so these techniques are very easy, and our creator has blessed it with so many simple techniques, but we human beings make it so complicated. We make it so complicated, and we will be nowhere. So this is what is literally happening all over the world. We are blessed with simpler techniques, but are we ready to take those techniques in our life journey? If yes, type S in the chat box. All right. So now comes the mindfulness is over, the hydration part is over, the high quality foods is over, and also the baby steps. Now comes the fifth one. See, I would suggest you to take the challenges, but then if you still face confidence issues, you can literally consult a physician regarding if any kind of health challenges or troubles. But then I would definitely recommend you to go ahead. See, if you have complete faith in your creator, everything is easy. We are blessed with an amazing verse from chapter number 14, verse number 7. La in shakartum la azidannakum. So if you are grateful, I will surely increase you more. And I can literally give you the complete verse. And following this verse, la in shakartum la azidannakum wa la in kafartum inna azabi lashadid. So that means if you are grateful, I will surely increase you. Okay. And if you deny, this is complete promise from our creator. If you deny, indeed my punishment is severe. Our creator is going to punish us severely. See, we are blessed. Our creator has blessed us with healthy foods, right? However, we human beings have created junk foods over there. Is the equation getting balanced? No, definitely no, right? Healthy foods and junk foods, it's not getting balanced. So, what we are supposed to do, we have to accept those healthy foods, whatever raw veggies or whatever greener items all over the world, we have to accept it. And how about the unhealthy foods, junk foods? We literally have to stay away from that. So, our creator has blessed us with a great health, healthy foods, but as human beings, we start with like unhealthy foods. We literally put ourselves into trouble. We literally put ourselves into challenges, right? So this is something hilarious. We ourselves put into struggle, as well as we ourselves put into like different kinds of diseases. We are exposed to diseases because of ourselves. Okay, we are literally the creators of diseases. So it's like the punishment. Remember the punishment that our creator is talking about in the chapter number 14, verse number 7. If you are grateful, I will surely increase you more. So whatever you are blessed with, you have to be grateful for. That's how the journey is going to be beautiful. And that said, that were five golden rules. Now we talked about five important things. How when we approach fasting, five important things. We started with like suhoor, which is our first meal of the day. We do it like pre-dawn, before sunset. Sorry, before sunrise. I'm sorry, before sunrise. Like for example, if our prayers, like if azan is at 6:30 in the morning, like sunrise is 6:30 in the morning, we have to make our suhoor as close to 6:30. You can go like 5 or 5:30 in the morning, just 1 hour before. Okay, so that you remain fuller throughout the day. See, our creator has not asked us to fast for longer days and days. He just have asked us to fast for like 12 to 18 hours a day, which is a very beautiful journey. And it depends on countries, right? The time zones, everything. But that said, mostly it comes under 12 to 18 hours of the journey, right? So this is something very interesting. We as Muslims, we adopt it, right? And literally the scientists are on the research, and they have proven that, see, our fasting is like we are restricting food and water, which are apart from air. There are three basic elements, right? Food, water, and air. Now as Muslims, we are restricting food and water. and we just have air in our hands. So what we are doing here, we are completely put in an intensive training technique by our creator. He's just giving us air. Why? Because see, imagine you are sitting near the seashore and you see the waves coming in slowly, like waves coming here, and waves going back slowly. And what happens when they go back? They come with a longer force, right? Similarly, we are put in a situation, we are in an intensive training program for 30 days, or for females it may be 21 to 24 days, whichever. We are put in a situation in an intensive training program, and that's it. After this program, we are literally coming out with a stronger version of yourself. That's what our creator, our beloved creator, wants us from this holy month of Ramadan. And you know what, he does not want us to put in challenges. He wants us to be uplifted every single time. So that's where the power of the mindfulness which comes during the healthy eating habits has to be taken place over here. We start with suhoor, and we talked about the high quality foods, right? The second thing we talked about, for suhoor, what all we can eat. This may be a great question that everybody may be pondering. So for suhoor, you can start with a fruit, and then go with protein. You can have any kind of protein, lean protein, or chicken, meat, egg, milk products, cheese, everything. So you can have one protein, and then one or two proteins, whatever that is comfortable for you. And then you have to, in order to balance your protein, you have to have high fiber rich foods, right? So you can go for like veggies, raw veggies, or brown rice, anything. So it's highly suggested to restrict from white rice products. So you can go for healthier options like brown rice or any other kinds, right? So that comes under the suhoor meal. The second thing, first one is like we talked about the timing, like for 1 hour before we have to have our suhoor meal so that you remain fuller throughout the day. Now we talked about the high quality foods. The third thing about is like iftar. If you at your end, iftar is at 6:30 in the evening. What you can do is like immediately after breaking the fast with dates and water. It's highly preferable to have dates and water. Okay, so you can go for 1 or 3 days depending on you, and you can have enough amount of water. Hydration is the key. Okay, remember, hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. So when you talk about hydration, there are literally so many things happening in your body unknowingly. And we talked about how brain cannot store water, and how brain is passing signals. So if you're feeling fatigue, your energy is drained, if you drink at least like 1 liter of water, you get self boosted up. So iftar you can have as close as possible, like if it is 6:30 in the evening, the break time, then you can like immediately after having dates and water, you can go for prayers and then have your complete meal, and make it like we have to close our meal like 3 hours before your sleep, right? So ensure that one. And similar strategy of like fruit, protein, fiber, hydration, everything you can include here. And the fourth one, literally explicitly we have to say this one, hydration. Okay, so if you're a person who is drinking around 2.5 or 3 liters of water, and still you are facing challenges throughout the day, you literally need to increase your water intake. That is the learning here. And hydrate, hydrate, hydrate is a simple technique over here. And the last and the most important is exercise. You can do 30 minutes of exercise. And one of my fitness friends who is into fitness, who is a fitness expert, has recommended that we should like have and you might be wondering what is the ideal time to do exercise, because you might be tired during the fasting zone, and after breaking the iftar also you might be tired. So what you can do after tarawih prayers, you can just allot some time, or like 30 minutes of time yours, for doing exercise, any mild exercise you can do it, so that you get a good sleep for the day. All right, so these were the things that we discussed. And coming to science, no, or when we talk about fasting, we talked about autophagy. So what is autophagy? Literally, autophagy means self-eating. See what happens during the fasting zone, like from if it is 6:30 till 6:30, there is 12 hours 12 hours, right, during this gap. So 12 hours, what happens is like the production of insulin will be zero. Okay, so when I say production of insulin is zero, what there is a mechanism happening over there. Your cellular growth hormones will start to awake. Okay, so they wake up and they start their process. If insulin is present, these things will be like settled down. So we have to make our production of insulin down. During the fasting time it's zero, so autophagy will takes place where your cells start self-eating. Okay, so what does this mean, autophagy, self-eating? It's like you are breaking your cellular components, whichever the cells, there is a process happening over there. It detects your damaged cells, okay, cells or components. And what happens with these damaged cells after detection, they starts to break down. Okay, so they start to break down into useful components and not useful components. And when we talk about useful components, like they break down into amino acids and other important components. And these amino acids are your source of like what we can say, proteins and DNA. DNA synthesis, everything happens with this, right? With this with this um okay, so proteins and amino acids, fatty acids, everything to reuse to build new cellular parts of your body. So that's what happens with the useful components. And now what happens with the unuseful components? So when the damaged cell is getting breakdown, there will be two parts, useful and unuseful. So these are not useful components will be thrown out of the body. They are the literally the toxins in your body, so they will be thrown out of this body. So isn't it amazing? So yeah, our creator knows everything and he has blessed us with these processes, and we literally little know about these processes, right? It's highly important. We have to learn these things. We have to be mindful. And you know what? When we learn about these things, we get so mindful about ourselves. We become the best version of ourselves. And now coming to neuro part of this story, we talked about like the psychology, what happens if from fasting or from psychological perspective of fasting, we can say that our behavioral patterns will start improving. We will have good attitudes throughout the day. Okay, so these are some psychological aspect of our fasting. And now comes to neuroscience, our brain starts to function in a smoother way. We will have a great clarity, mental clarity, right? So those are the things that we discussed. And today, let me tell you, this one I missed yesterday because I was running out of time, and due to time limitations we stopped. And now let me tell you the bonus part of the story here regards to fasting. So the bonus part is like, whatever challenges you are in, whatever situations you are facing currently, if it is regarding your health part, if because of health, if you are not able to fast, this is going to be for you. Okay, this bonus point is going to be for you. So maybe like time limitations or anything, no, this is going to be your story. So bonus point is like, we have to be like, we have there is a basic technique, with simpler technique. Whoever into mathematics will know, whoever not good in mathematics would also have adopted this technique. This is called trial and error method. So whatever challenges you are facing, you start with your what your mind is telling to you. Start with the baby steps, trial and error. So we have to make mistakes, we learn from the mistakes and gear up, right? And the most important thing is we have to be responsible for our mistakes. Whatever decisions we are taking, we have to be responsible. And now come three things over here. Okay, so when we talk about fasting, no, we stay away from emotional part of the well-beings, right? So see, if our creator has asked us to not overly connected to the family members, relatives, or friends during fasting, there are so many restrictions, right? It's highly important because see, what people do is like they get more attached to the family members. So they are so dependent, they feel like I cannot leave because of him, or I cannot leave because of her. So these are kind of emotional traumas that they are experiencing because of their programming inside. So we have to some point, at some stages of your lives, you have to learn, you have to unlearn the things. Whatever, you may be good at things during your childhood or in your workplace or anywhere, but then you have to unlearn things which are really not required for you, and you have to learn things which are required for you at this age, at this current moment. It's called living in the moment. Okay, so that's the essence of living in the moment, being present in the moment. You have to you have to like instead of going for attachments, you just have to be connected with your family members. At overly attachments are literally bad for you. It will bring severe harmful conditions or in later stage of your life. So that's what called emotional attachments, and you might have seen people getting drained because of these emotional attachments. They start having negative thoughts if they are not feeling loved, they feel like they are they are not valuable. Exactly, they feel these things because of because of their overly attachments to that particular person. It's literally bad. It's literally a harmful thing for yourself. It's called a toxin. We can call it as a toxin as well, emotional attachments. Okay, so instead of going for emotional attachments, what we can do, we have to be connected with everyone. So we have to maintain we have to maintain boundaries, right? It's not called we are not going to talk to them, or we are not going to be helpful for them. No, we are just setting boundaries. Whatever is harmful for us, we are setting boundaries over there. So these are about emotional detachments. And there are two things, the next two things. Okay, so this is interesting, and now you can quickly write down three past failures. Okay, your past failures, you can quickly write down. This is you for your self analysis. Self analysis is important whenever you encounter failures. Self analysis is what helps you gear up in the journey. So whichever conditions you are in, maybe like when we talk about fasting, no, there are diseases which are getting healed because of fasting things. Okay, so that's how powerful the fasting is, power of fasting. And when we talk about power of fasting, the diseases will not heal as such. All right, we have to take necessary actions. The actions that I take maybe like different from yours, right? So that the actions that may be useful for me may not be useful for you. The actions that may be useful for you may not be useful for me. You have to you have to explore yourself. You have to find necessary things that are really working for you. You have to go behind these things. All right, nobody will come and pull, like, see, Farzana, you have to literally come out from this situation. Oh, see, my friend, you have to come out from this situation. Nobody is coming to ask you, okay, or request you for these things. And even if they do know, it's not going to work for you. Literally, it will not work for you. Okay, so out of concern, people will think of helping you, but then it will be like a partial help, but it is not a complete help unless you are not ready. So, see, our creator has already conveyed this one. If you are ready to gear up, our creator will help you. If you are not ready to gear up, he also cannot help you. See, that is similar way. If you want to come out from a situation, if you want to come out from a challenging health situation, be it like diabetes or stroke or any kind, you have to make an intention that I am going to come out from this situation. Literally, you have to have a strong faith in your creator, right? You have to have a strong belief in yourself. That's how when you have a strong faith, there is an element called uncertainty, which is not in your hands, right? So some things are certain, but some things are not certain. So uncertainty is an element where our creator is going to literally come for you, come for me. So if you are put in a challenging situation, it's your duty to come out. Like, if you are having health conditions, if you are having severe health conditions, you have to believe that if you are not able to fast due to these health conditions, you have to believe that you have to have a strong faith that I am going to overcome this situation with my necessary actions. And literally, in coming days I am going to improve myself, I'm going to take necessary actions, I'm going to do great things like becoming the best version of yourself. That's what our beloved creator wants us to do. Remember, we talked about the healthy foods that he has blessed us with, but we created so many things extra in order to make extraordinary, but that was complete like bullshit, I would say. Instead of adopting the healthy foods, we created junk foods, we created diseases. It's literally in our hands what we did, right? So we have to take complete, we have to be responsible for our actions. And when we are responsible, and when we believe that, when we are having a complete faith in our creator, our beloved creator is going to pull out from your situation, from my situation, whichever challenging it is. Maybe it may be impossible thinking for you, but then for our creator nothing is impossible, right? Everything is possible for him. So make things possible from your end, all right? Make all impossible things happen, and that's how you become the best version of yourself. And that's what our creator, our beloved creator, also wants from us. Inshallah, that was a great talk, and I believe you have enjoyed the talk. And if you have any questions, let me know in the chat box. And before winding up, let me tell you, we are running a program called Dream Believe Achieve program. We are almost done with the first literally 1.0 is almost about to over. We are seeing marvelous results over here. And you know what, we are doing personal one-on-one mentoring where we empower people who have limited beliefs. We help them uplifting up, inshallah. So that's how it works. And now we are going to launch again because of its successful completion, DBA 2.0, where we do have so many elements. We have revised the syllabus as well. We have incorporated so many things over here. See, why we need mentorship. See, spiritual mentors are really required. Apart from that, you might have seen family doctors, right? So they like similar to family doctors, having a mentor in your journey, that too personal mentor, will help you. If you are misguided, they will help you literally come out from the situation. So if you are interested for joining with me, let me know. We will get gear up, okay, inshallah. So this is a great non-profit motto that I have been doing for from December the last year. Inshallah, we have started in the early 2024 with minute programs, but then this is a program which where I sit literally, I take efforts for you, taking throughout for you, for guiding you in the best. See, whatever challenges, maybe it your health, your career, your wealth, or your relationships, we are going to help you. We have a dedicated panel over behind the scene, and front camera you might just see me, right? But behind the scenes there are so many people where we discuss about your situations, and we focus on solutions. So if you're interested, let me know. And thank you so much for joining our program. I am so blessed to be part of this series, 2 days program, part 1 and part 2. If you haven't watched part 1, just go and watch part 1. And we'll see with the great, interesting, useful talk soon, inshallah. So stay tuned and make impossible things happen. All right. Bye bye. See you. Take lots and lots of love.